Hi, once again. We are now going to look at science. I hope you enjoyed the first lesson that we did in math and English. So right now we are doing science and we are still looking at habitat. So today we're going to compare habitats, and we are going to look big and small habitats. So by the end of the lesson, I would expect that you are able to compare habitats. So let's try and remember. Remember, a habitat is an animal or a plant's home. Okay? And we try to define an habitat. A habitat can mean a very large area dependent on climate and vegetation. For example, a rainforest or a desert, which we often call an environment. So you can be asked, what is an environment? An environment is a place where people, animals, or plants live. So like, for example, a rainforest or a desert is also referred to as environment. So it can also mean a much smaller area within the environment. Example, under a log or a woodland floor, or in a hole under a rock in a desert. We call this a microhabitat, and we looked at microhabitat yesterday. So how many different habitats can you remember? Can you try and remember the different habitats that we've learned so far? List them down. Okay, so let's continue. All of these animals and plants with a particular habitat are only found in that type of place in nature. Example, Arctic seal cannot survive in a rainforest. Do you know why an Arctic seal cannot survive in a rainforest? Okay, even in a river, it cannot survive in it because they are not suitable to those conditions. Simply because Arctic seal are found in polar region. They survive in cold places. Okay? So similarly, rainforest monkey would not be able to survive in Africa, savanna, because the food that grows there is not suitable for them. So you can only find a monkey in a rainforest, but you cannot find them in a savanna places because those places are hot. Okay, so natures, and then now let's look at the ocean. Some animals in or near the water, some plants of near to or underneath the water. So we've looked at animals that live near the water. Okay, so now let's see. The ocean is a body of salty water. It covers about 70% of the earth. So this part of the ocean is the Indian Ocean near Tanzania, Africa. So are you seeing the way an ocean looks like? It's so beautiful. And look at those small fish. Look at the creatures inside the ocean. They look so lovely and beautiful. Remember, an ocean is a salty region and it's covered with salty water. So there are some plants and animals that cannot survive in this region. Okay, so let's go to marsh. A marsh is one type of wetland that has many plants and few trees. Are you seeing the way a marsh looks like? See? It has many plants. Look at the plants. And this place is wet. You can see it's surrounded by water. Okay? So it's a wetland and it has many plants and few trees. As you can see, you cannot see a lot of trees that can be counted. There are just few trees over there. Only those ones are the trees. So in a marsh, only few trees are found there. It can have salty or fresh water. So this marsh is near Norfolk. It's in Norfolk, okay? Now let's continue to the next one. A swamp. So this is a swamp. A swamp is a wetland. Are you seeing the way a swampy region looks like? It is wet all over. Okay? It has many trees. Look at the way, look at the trees. Look at the trees. Okay? So it has many trees. Then the Okefenokee swamp is on the border of Florida and Georgia in the United States of America. So this swamp is found in the United States of America. Okay, the last one now is the river. Wow, look at this river. Look at the way it meanders. Oh, it's so beautiful, eh? A river is a path of fresh water that is always moving. So the Amazon River runs through several countries in South Africa. So are you seeing this river? You can see there are some plants and animals that can be found in the river. Can you name at least one animal that can be found in a river? Which animal do you think we can find in a river? Name it. Okay. So that's it. Now let's try and look at something. So we are going to learn big and small habitat. Look at the word box, environment. We've just looked at the meaning and we've just learned what a microhabitat is. So what is an environment? We say that an environment is a place where people, plants, and animals live. Okay? And we gave a rainforest is or a desert is an environment. Okay, so let's get reading. All habitats give plants and animals. All habitats give plants and animals the things they need to survive. Some habitats, such as the ocean, rainforest, or desert, are large. We call these areas an environment. I just explained to you what an environment is. Okay, let's continue. So, not all habitats are large. Not all habitats are as large as this. A single tree is a habitat for some living things. Look at the globe. Yesterday I gave you art drawing. You were supposed to draw the earth. So if you're able to draw the earth, you can also see the way this picture looks like. It looks so beautiful. So a satellite image of the Amazon jungle. Are you seeing the Amazon jungle? Okay. And then we have many different types of birds living in a tree. Remember we learned about the birds building their nest in the tree, and then we asked ourselves, why is a tree a habitat for the birds? Okay, so many different types of birds live in a tree. Look at the picture. So not all habitats are as large as this. A single tree is a habitat for some living things. Okay, so why is a tree a good habitat for a bird? That one now I want you to give me an answer. Okay, so what other animal does a tree provide a habitat for? What other animal does a tree provide a habitat for? So I want you to think about that and then you give me an answer. Okay. So we are still on habitat. Some habitats are even smaller than a single tree. You can see these. What are these? What do you think these are? So smaller than a single tree. Underneath a log or a stone are very small habitats. Okay, we call very small habitats a microhabitat. We also did about that and we looked at the microhabitat. Okay, so you will try and list some living things you might find under a log. Can you list some living things you might find under a log? Then why do you think these living things live there? So that is a homework for you. Can you give me some? Okay, so what lives in a microhabitat? Okay, what lives in a microhabitat? This one you're going to discuss with your family so that you can give me your answer. Okay, so that's it. Now you have another exercise to do. This is a picture of different habitats. We have a polar, and then we have ocean, then we have a desert and a grassland. So this is the question, okay? You are going to name the animals and plants that you think live in a polar. Name the animals and plants that you think lives in an ocean. Name the animals and plants that you think lives in a desert. Then name the animals and plants that you think lives in a grassland. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and